expensive. And vast and expansive. I gotta crush it to a little ball nothing could escape. I'm actually the opposite, Oh my god, I'm crushing myself. I'm punching myself in the stomach a billion times. That's what it's like to be a black hole. Shoots out and shoots out and shoots out. But I thought that was light. I guess, I don't know. I don't know how a black hole works, okay? I have a body, I don't know how it works. I'm a black hole, I don't know how it works. Okay, and they're gonna. Oh man, have you ever been to outer space? It's trippy, dude. It's not fun. It's cold, okay? There's rocks, okay? There's not a lot of air, okay? You need your own air. You need a soap bubble full of air. One, you need a fairy to give you a soap bubble full of air or a mushroom cup. Okay, you need a fairy to give you a mushroom cup. And then you walk around on an asteroid looking for gold because they want gold because they tell you that the gold is important. Well, what about family and friendship? Have they ever thought about that? But they didn't like that answer, okay? They're not very nice guys. Look upon me. I am. No, not me. I don't want you to see my face. Now that's mysterious. When you can't see my face, that's a sign of. No, yes, that's a sign of mystery. It is a mystery. A black hole is black. 2, a black hole has infinite mass. 3, a black hole, nothing can escape it. 4, there's a little spot in the middle that, like, you can quirks and quirks your way to another black hole. 5, someone's like, hey, I think those black holes are tunnels to another. They're not tunnels. I just read that in a magazine. They're not tunnels. They're just really, really hard lumps of crap. And eventually they spew out their energy. There's no tunnels. Say that they're not tunnels into another universe. Don't be mad at me. Okay, just go look it up, man. Just go look it up. I'm not trying to ruin your worldview. Did you think you were going to escape through the tunnels of the universe? No, we're here, man. It's not spacey enough. But no. Yes. No. Yes. I'd love to have a radio, but you know what? I live too close to the airport. Well, good morning, everyone, and I hope traffic is fine. This is Silverhead Radio here on the morning of your birth. Yes, welcome to the world, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have a nice time experiencing lots of things. You're going to experience pleasure and pain, and joy and sadness, and blue and red, and purple and green. So remember, it's all part of the plan, and you just go out and experience it. But remember, you got to come up with your own meaning because life has no inherent meaning. You have to give it meaning. It's a lot of pressure to put on a little baby. Oh my God. All the baby has to think of just how, okay, you know what? Just try and see poop, have some color, see some patterns, and then eventually try and make sounds with your mouth. Okay? Which is a lot like what I do. So then we have a lot in common with babies. Oh, I wish I had more baby. Good morning, this is Silverhead Radio. Traffic on the road is very trafficky because everyone's driving their car. And then someone's trying to take a snake mobile through all the different cars and wind around like a snake mobile, which some people are finding quite amusing, which is amusing on your commute. And other people are finding quite canoeing, I guess, which is canoeing, which is annoying on your commute. That's canoeing. Okay. Don't worry about it. Now, on your way to work, you make sure you give them a call and say, hey, I'm going to be late. They always appreciate that if you're going to be late. That doesn't mean you're going to get there any faster, but at least they know what's happening. And that's really all what it's about, is they just wanted to know what was happening. So that's why my boss stayed at my house, because he wanted to know what was happening. Not because he didn't think I was working in my real work from home situation. There's supposed to be quirks and quirks going to the other black holes, but which black holes are they? Like, it could be any of them. They all look the same. Some are bigger, some are smaller. Good morning, this is Silverhead Radio. Oh, I can't have a radio station because I live too close to the airport. And did you know what? We actually had to sign a contract that says, hey, you can't have a radio station. Okay, and I'm not talking about top 40 hits. I'm just talking about the one where it's like, hey, 10-4, good buddy. What's the situation out there? What's your 20? And, you can't do that either. Okay, but if you could, it would sound like this. Oh, Good morning at Silverhead Radio. And on our top news item of the day is cabbage is on sale for 50 cents. So everyone going on down to the grocery store, get some cabbage for 50 cents and make a lot of cabbage soup, okay, for everyone else. If we can get enough heads of cabbage together, we could do some serious stuff, okay? If you get 9 people cooking a cabbage stew together in the same room, even not in the same room, if you get 9 people cooking a cabbage stew together in the same room, you know what kind of magic that is? This is the eclipse. Okay, you can tell that my head is round and not flat because look at the shadow on the eclipse. This is taking longer than I thought it would. Running out of breath. The eclipse is over. The portents of destruction are greatly exaggerated. Okay? Maybe they're just telling you to change out your underwear or your wallpaper. You don't know. Okay? Well, okay, you will know if you try. I think if you change out your underwear, underwear, underwater, underpaper, underwear, and wallpaper, you'll know after which feels the most profound. Don't despair. Alright, grab onto someone's hand and make some cabbage soup. Sit in a circle of 9 people, or 8 people, or 6 people, or just 2 people. It doesn't matter. Here's a look at the traffic. The helicopter's flying around. Okay, that's not ours, but the traffic in the air is helicopters. There's some geese. There's lots of V's of geese going around because they got to get south for the winter real fast because of the snow last night. And then there's a lot of chickadees and blue jays, and we can't decide whether the blue jays are imported, are visitors from the east, or if they're inherent blue jays to the land, to the system. Gray jays are here, of course, but gray and blue, they're basically the same birds. No meteoroids or light bulbs or TikToks. None of that stuff. I'm gonna do something cute where I was like, this news report is brought to you by Drinks. Drinks, when you need something and you're thirsty, you should drink it. But then I drank it and I burned my tongue. It's too hot. This tea stayed exceptionally hot in this thermos. So this news report is brought to you by my thermos, which has given me a real burnt tongue. And I guess I can't be mad about it because it's just doing its job. So if you're thirsty and you want hot drinks, put your hot drinks in the thermos and then take them with you wherever you went. Remember, thirsty equals drinks, and that's a fact. See if it's got any cooler sense. Okay, this news report is brought to you by Silverhead Radio. Silverhead Radio, the voice that you hear on your radio that you can't wait to listen to on your way to your job. Okay, because you're in your car on your way to your job, or you're at home doing dishes and the kids are in their high chair. Okay, because that's where you put them if you don't know what to do with them. Just put them in your high chair. Okay, and throw a can of whipped cream at them. Like, not literally throw a can of whipped cream. Just empty out a can of whipped cream, like the spray whipped cream. Empty out a can of spray whipped cream onto a high chair, like onto the tray of the high chair, and then let the kid go wild, okay? And that'll buy you at least 10 minutes. And yeah, you gotta clean up the kid, and it smells like old cream, and it gets all in your nose, and then you think your nose smells like butter, and that just drives you crazy. And you end up washing your nose all night, and then your partner's like, "Why are you washing your nose?" I was like, "I can't get the smell of butter out of my nose." But can't you smell the butter? And she's like, "No, I can't smell the butter." And I said, "Well, you weren't there with the whipped cream." She said, "Well, of course you smell the butter because we were surrounded by a full can of whipped cream that the baby sprayed out onto the high chair." And I said, "No, it's not just that. Sometimes when I have butter on my pancakes, even it's just a little bit of butter. Okay, I can smell the butter after I've gone long away from my pancakes. I've walked away from my pancakes and I can still smell the butter. And it's not like yummy popcorn butter. Okay, it's like stale butter. Like butters that's been inside my head for 2 weeks or 1,000 years. Okay? So when the doctor says, "What seems to be the problem?" You say, "There's butter in my head and it won't get out. I can't wash my face because the butter's on the inside. And a lot of those soaps have alcohol in them so that you could puff them. You could puff them, okay? And then you could puff them, and you can. That's dry. It's dry in your nose. You don't want that anywhere around your nose or your anus. It'll hurt. So how are you supposed to get the butter out? I don't. Okay, so I'm just saying, avoid maybe the butter. No, it started with the whipped cream. Okay, so that's all for Silverhead Radio. I wish you all a happy Easter. And Smelloween 2016 is shaping up to be a great holiday. Happy Smelloween, Tony. I wish you could have been here. Okay? I love you. And you weren't here. Happy Smelloween, wherever you are. All right.